So I'm going to be doing a trick that was actually inspired by my grandfather. So my grandfather was important to me. I asked someone to think of someone or something they're important for, and me and my grandfather, in a magical way, figured it out. Inside this wallet, I told you earlier this was my grandfather's wallet. This is a picture of him. He always put something inside that zipped up part. It was zipped up inside this second part of the wallet so no one could get to it. Nothing in my hands, right, Heather? I want you to reach in. I don't even want to touch it. Just reach in. And read out loud what I wrote on the back of that card.
Let Joanne know how much she means to you.
Is that who you're thinking of? Yes. I saw my first concert, and it was at Red Rocks, and it was Journey.
So crazy.
It was like my first musical memory of them singing "Don't Stop Believin'." And after they sang "Don't Stop Believin'," I vividly remember just the feeling of like inspiration. And now, almost like 13 years later, I'm the first magician to perform at Red Rocks, and it's surreal. It's still, I'm still, the moment I go on stage, I'm still going to be thinking of that. And a lot of people who have grown up in Denver will know this place. It's called the Wizard's Chest. When I was 7, 8 years old and wanted to learn magic, I'd mow my neighbors' lawns. I'd do everything I could to save up money, and then I'd ride my bike down to the Wizard's Chest and just buy a magic book. And that's how I got started, was just like self-teaching myself. I started when I was 9 years old performing magic, but it was kind of just a hobby on and off. But it really started to take off when I came to East. And I would perform for my teammates in the basketball locker room. I did lots of magic for the yearbook team. And I really just saw in high school the power of magic, not just magic, but the power of connecting with other people. Well, I love to start with like the idea. And once after probably, I'd say 5 or 6 years of really studied magic, you have a lot of like the methods in your head, like how to make a card disappear or how to read someone's mind in this way. So you know kind of like the behind the scenes of the tricks. So what I do now is, how can I apply that to myself? And the idea we talked about earlier about connections is the main purpose of the show. I don't want the show to be look at me, look at what I can do. I want it to be look at us, look at what we can do. I mean, magic really saved my life. I was able to use it when there was a lot of other things going on in my life, that I was able to go to this one show and just see smiles, see faces, and that made me happy. Honestly, like I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for this art form that I am so thankful I can perform. And it's that feeling for me that I can help someone out, that someone could come to my show and leave with that feeling of wonder, of inspiration, knowing that maybe I impacted someone. There's a few things in my Red Rock show that are, at least that we know of, pretty new, especially because it's a venue of that size. So I'm hoping that can help out other magicians, future magicians down the road.